Snackboy Poetry. It's time for Snackboy Poetry.
Yeah.
Snackboy Poetry from Laurel, Maryland. It's snack time, everybody.
Hey, thank you, Tom. That's right. It's Snackboy Poetry. This is the first annual Snackboy Bad Poetry time. Back in advanced composition class in high school, I wrote some really, really bad poetry. I was feeling angsty and I needed to express myself, and I did it through poetry. I think poetry, anyone would agree, is a beautiful art form. And recently, cleaning out my room, I found these really, really bad poems, and that's why I'm going to share some of them with you today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first poem I've ever written, and it's called Grandma, I Want Your Panties. And the funny thing about this is written years before I ever started talking about my grandma and Snackboy. Let's just get to the poem. Let's jump in. Art is making! Art, people. Grandma, I Want Your Panties, a poem by me, Terence Nelson Crummett. Close inspection, warm, antique green, more ornate than any doily, slightly stretched. The scent? First whiff, lilac. Nay, fresher than any tampon or your powdered panties, Grandma. Second whiff, something richer, darker, not to be explored. Something that once lined the dark caverns of your aged, experienced bowels, Grandma. To quote Pink Flamingos, deep, dark trouble. Now, I pick them up and I wear them on my head. I slip them over my head and feel the stretch and press my nose into the lacy folds. Oh, taking me back. Grandma, your panties take me back to a simpler time. I run my tongue over the fabric, and as my tongue traces Grandma's panties, I'm picking up the unseen particles of history that the panties have stored away. History, Grandma, that your panties have collected over the years. It takes me back. Grandma, your panties take me back to a different time and space. Unknown truths fill my head. Grandma, your panties aren't just a garb to hold cheeks in place. No. Your panties are not just a garb to cover your privates, lady. No, they are a time machine, mother of my mother. Your panties are a capsule. My hair pokes through the small entrails of lace, and I breathe in the knowledge of your panties. Whoops. I feel horrible. I have been jarred and taken back to the present. You are still wearing your panties, Grandma. Sorry. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the first poem of my bad poetry week. No, don't worry, I'm not going to take a whole week on poetry. But I do think it's time to share, and that's why I'm calling out to you. I'm calling out to you. You. I want you to share your bad poetry with us here in Laurel at the Snackboy Studio. I like to think that living inside of each and every heart, there's a horrible poet, and it wants to come out It wants to express himself or herself. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have bad poetry, especially entertainingly bad poetry, I would love to hear it. Tomorrow or the next day, I can't decide if I'm going to put a day in between, I have a little teaser for you. I'm going to have Three's Company poetry. Yes, in the archives of my bad poetry, I've come across the Three's Company collection. I've got Chrissy, Janet, Mrs. Roper, Lana, and you can only get that here with us.